Welcome, I am Grace. Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. We're going to be practicing a Yin Asana this morning. It's a more gentle asana, more restorative. It's easier. Most important thing is that you're on your mat. Let's get my mat. So if you have a mat or a towel or something that you can put down and you can sit on, and you can practice with me. And even if your pose is a little too challenging or you're not feeling your body can move into that, you can sit in meditation and in stillness and practice anyways. We're going to practice being on the mat today. And one of our focuses is going to be bringing our energy inward into our inner being, into our inner aliveness, and into our, is it working? No?
I can't find it.
Into our present moment experience. And as you connect into your inner aliveness, we're going to focus on this sacred embodiment. What is this inner aliveness? What is this energy within us, this consciousness that flows through us and around us? What is that sacred aliveness that is our inner being, our pure conscious awareness? So we're going to begin with a centering, closing your eyes, bringing your awareness into the inner being, into your inner body. And we're going to breathe into the belly. So breathing into the lower abdomen, just feeling the prana fill that lower belly. Just take time to settle in. Allow the mind to be still and bring all your focused attention onto that breath in the lower belly. I welcome you if you'd like to hold a hand mudra, chin mudra, resting on your hands, Hakimi mudra, all the fingers together. And take a moment now to acknowledge the support the earth is providing this physical body. You are safe, you are supported by this planet Earth. Keeping the breath flowing into the belly. And taking a moment to simply notice what's going on inside you and in your body, on your body. Just notice, scan. You can even begin at the top of the head and go scan in the inside and all around, and just notice where you're at right now, energetically, physically, emotionally. And I invite you now to take this moment to set an intention for yourself, stating it in the positive and the present moment as if it already is. and release that intention with this or better, this or better. And gently opening your eyes. Beautiful. Yin Asana is a little slower and will hold the poses a little longer so the energy can integrate in us and allow that restorative effect. So we're going to begin now by doing some pelvic circles. We're going to circle around, allow this around our pelvis. And going slow enough so that you notice sensation in your body. And if you get to a spot that feels good and has some sensation, you can massage that spot and go back and forth. Just feeling the energy of it, taking your time, fully present, keeping that breath flowing into this lower belly. And through the practice, I may be inviting you to engage your bandhas. And you can go on to let's go the other direction now. You can go onto this YouTube channel and you can find some lessons on bandhas. But a quick review, there's 3 bandhas and they're energy seals, they're energy locks. And so as we move through the practice and we engage our bandhas, we actually lock that energy in so it can build and it can intensify and it can bring greater vitality and healing in our body. Beautiful job. So just moving a little spontaneously now, bringing your shoulders into it, maybe back and forth a little, finding your own pace. Maybe eventually moving into some cat-cow. Fully present to the sensations in your body and inner energy as we allow this divine energy, the divine awareness that allows us to be aware, to animate through this sacred body temple. Beautiful. And coming back to center. Let's just shrug the shoulders a little bit. Move them around if you haven't already. We're going to gently move the head. And let's begin some stretches on the neck. Moving over to the other side. Bringing all your awareness to the sensation. Let's begin some gentle head circles, nice and slowly. Slow enough to really notice the sensations in your body, in your neck. And in yoga, we stay in the feel so good zone. So these 3 bandhas are called Mula Bandha is our first one. And that's right here down in our pelvic floor. And we're going to feel a slight engagement and a lifting up of the pelvic floor. It's similar to Kegels, although we're not clenching. We're just engaging gently and lifting up. And that locks the energy from leaking out through the root chakra. As we do our practice, it contains it and builds it so we can create more healing. And if you haven't changed direction on your neck rolls, you can change direction. Next bandha is the Uddiyana Bandha. And that is right below the belly button. And we bring it in gently and up. We still want to breathe into that lower abdomen, but we're lifting and engaging that navel area. Coming back to center. The third bandha is the Jarandala Bandha, and that is the chin comes in just a little bit. The tongue is on the roof of the mouth, and that locks the energy there. So we have 3 bandhas, all 3, when we engage all 3 together, it's called Mala Bandha. And in ecstatic yoga, we engage these bandhas throughout all our practices as much as possible to intensify and increase the benefit of your practice by not allowing all that energy and prana that you're creating to just leak out. So we lock these bandhas so it stays in and it contains inside, and it gives you more benefit, more energy and prana and vitality moving through the body. So let's begin now by bringing our feet together into our butterfly. You can bring your hands around the feet, can open those feet up like a book, can feel those knees coming down toward the earth, toward the floor, mat. Feel a nice hip opener in that. And then inhale as you lengthen the spine. It's a lot of spine lengthening. And then exhale as you hinge forward at the hips. Now it may just be a small hinge. We're going to try to keep those knees down towards the earth as best as possible. Wherever your knees are is perfect. And just find that edge, that feels so good edge. And let's engage those bandhas. And let's take a deep breath here. And now see if you can hinge just a little bit deeper. Just a micro movement deeper. Beautiful. And let's take a couple more deep breaths. Engaging those bandhas. Breathing into the belly. Beautiful job. And then coming back. And then let's just flap those Baddha Konasana angel wing, butterfly wings. Use your butterfly wings, just flapping those legs. Baddha Konasana is butterfly in Sanskrit. So we'll be using a little bit of English and Sanskrit along the way. Beautiful job. And let's take one leg straight out. The other leg we're going to bend and put the sole of the foot right on the inner thigh. And we're going to go into single leg forward fold. So we're going to, again, inhale as we lengthen the spine. And then we're going to exhale, hinging forward at the hip. Nice, gentle hinging. You can bring your hands down to the earth, down to the mat. And again, find that nice, gentle edge. Engage those bandhas. And let's breathe. See if after a breath or two you can hinge a little bit deeper in your hip by just holding that edge. And then continue to engage the bandhas and breathe. And you can flex and extend this extended foot for more sensation. Staying connected to that inner being, that sacred embodiment, your infinite soul power animating through this temporary organic temple called a human body. And then allow the spine to round if you can, and bringing the head in towards the knee and taking another breath here. And then gently and kindly coming all the way up. It's not about how far down you can go. It's about how present you can be in your body and to sensations yourself. Everyone's body is very different. Every part of your body is very different. You may be very flexible in one area and not so much in another. A lot of people who are muscular aren't quite as flexible because they have all that muscle that's in the way. So we're glad to have the muscle too. So we're going to go to the other side, switching legs, extending that leg out, inhaling as you lengthen the spine up, and exhale, hinging forward. Bringing the hands down to the earth and finding that edge, that feels so good edge. And have a little micro bend in the knee if you need. And then taking a nice deep breath, engaging those bandhas. Just resting on that edge and sensation. And then see if by holding that edge for a breath, you can hinge a little bit deeper. And taking a couple more breaths. And then allowing the spine to round, the head to coming down towards the knee. Wherever you are is perfect. Remember, we can flex and extend that extended foot for some more sensation. Keeping that breath flowing into the belly. The breath brings in the prana, the life force, the healing. And gently and kindly coming up. Beautiful job. And let's sit back into a cross-legged position. And let's inhale. And let's fold forward in our cross-legged position for a moment. Beautiful. And coming back. Beautiful job. And so we're in this cross-legged position, and we're going to take this right foot and we're going to bring it over to the outside of the left knee. And we're going to take the left arm and wrap it around that right leg, the right knee. We're going to take this right hand and we're going to bring it on the earth to ground us, right beside the right hip. And we're going to inhale as we lengthen and exhale as you twist and begin to gaze out over the right shoulder. You're going to feel a nice stretch, hip opener in here, that right hip. And with every inhale, we're going to lengthen the spine. And with every exhale, twist. And one more breath. And release. And we're going to switch legs. It's a nice twist, gentle twist. I'm going to bring that left foot to the outside of the right knee and thigh. I'm going to take that right arm, wrap it around that left knee. Bring the left hand down to the earth by the left buttocks and hip. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, twist, gazing out over the left shoulder. One more breath. Beautiful job and release. Beautiful job. Let's just extend those legs out and flip-flop them around a little bit. And chill wiper the feet. Beautiful. And we're going to widen those legs. We're going to go into a wide leg forward fold. We're doing some forward folds today. And so we're going to again inhale as you lengthen the spine and then exhale, hinging at the hips forward. You can bring the hands down to the mat. Engage those bandhas. Find that edge, taking a nice deep breath. And then seeing if you can hinge a little deeper. And then allow the spine to round. Taking a few deep breaths. Noticing the sensation in your body. The aliveness within you. Fully present in the body. Sacred embodiment. And one more breath here. And we're going to begin to go over to one side, either side or the other, whatever feels right. And still in that forward fold, can flex and extend that foot, feeling a nice stretch on the inner thigh. And beginning to engage those bandhas and breathe in this nice forward fold. Noticing sensations, breathing into the belly, engage those bandhas, and bring in the prana. Beautiful. And let's move over to the other side. Feeling a nice forward fold here on this leg. Can flex and extend that foot for some sensation. And engage those bandhas and breathe. Fully present to sensation. Beautiful. Let's come back to center. And then come on up. And then we're going to gently come down onto our backs. Resting on our back. And the first thing we're going to do is a gentle bridge, just a gentle bridge. Feel both feet on the earth, on the mat. Knees are up, arms are beside you, palms down, and press into the feet and lift those hips up halfway. And just hold it here as you breathe for a couple breaths. Into that belly, engage those bandhas, noticing sensation. That inner aliveness within you, connected within. And then the next exhale, coming down one vertebrae at a time, from the upper thoracic vertebrae to the lower thoracic, and then the lumbar. And then allow that sacrum even to relax and release in the tailbone. We're going to go up again, pressing into the feet, lifting up. And you might find just a slight arch here. And taking a breath or two here. Trying not to let those knees spread too much. And as you come down one vertebrae at a time. And then just on your own, moving back and forth, coming up at the height that you want. It could be even just a flow. Coming up and rolling down. From the upper vertebrae to the lower. You may want to hold it. Just a couple more breaths. Playing with this gentle bridge. Coming all the way down, and when you come all the way down and you're flat on your back, then you can bring those knees into the chest. And let's rock back and forth a little bit. Beautiful. And let's bring those feet down to the mat. And we're going to take this left leg, we're going to lift it up. We're going to rest the left ankle right above the knee, the very bottom of the quadricep, the very top of the knee. And then we're going to lift that right foot up off the mat, bring that right knee in towards the body, clasp the hands behind the lower hamstring, and we're going to gently pull that right leg into the body, opening up the left hip. This is a supine pigeon, supta. Just feeling that nice hip opener here. Engage those bandhas if you can, and bring that prana into the lower abdomen. Bring all your awareness to sensation and aliveness. What's going on inside your body, and your muscles, and your energy field. Keeping the breath flowing. One more breath here. And releasing down. And we're going to switch to the other side. So the left foot is on the mat, left knee is up. We're going to take that right leg. We're going to rest the right ankle just above the left knee, the lower part of the left quadricep. We're going to lift that left foot up, clasp those hands behind the left lower hamstring, and we're going to gently pull that left leg in towards the body. Remembering if there's any pain or any discomfort, we're going to back off. We don't go into pain with yoga. We play that edge. We stay in that feel so good zone. And as we bring that left leg in towards the body, we're going to feel a nice hip opener on the right side. Engaging those bandhas and breathe. Fully present to the sensation in your body, the aliveness within you, that sacred embodiment. Fully present to the self, conscious awareness within you. That aliveness and energy within your being. One more breath, fully present. Beautiful. You can release that leg down. Beautiful job. We'll bring both legs down. And let's bring those knees into the chest. Rock back and forth a little, release and relax that lower back. And let's hug onto this right knee and let the left leg extend out onto the earth, onto your mat. And we're going to have two lines of energy here, two intentions. So this left leg that's extended out, we're going to be pressing that into the earth. That's going to be going down into the earth. So that's our one line of energy. And then this right knee, I'm going to be bringing it in towards the body. I'm going to take it out just a little wide so I don't crunch any ribs. So it's coming in more towards my right armpit. So the left leg is pressing towards the earth and the right knee is coming in towards the body, towards the armpit. Engage those bandhas and breathe as you feel these two lines of energies and the sensations in your body. Keeping those lines of energy, some tensions. One more breath. And releasing that right leg. And let's extend the right leg out and let's bring the left knee in. So the right leg is pressing down into the earth and the left knee is coming out a little bit, and we're pulling that in towards the left armpit. So feel those two lines of energies going in opposite directions, simultaneous. To engage those bandhas and bring in the prana with the breath. Fully present to sensation. Fully present to yourself. And one more breath. And releasing the knee. Beautiful job. Let's bring both knees in again. Rock around, release, and relax that lower back. And let's bring both legs up for a nice inversion. Just feeling that inversion, we can flex and extend those feet to bring increased sensation into the body, into the being. And just enjoy that little break for the veins, all those veins in the legs. Just getting a little holiday. Allow that blood flow to flow to the heart naturally. Beautiful. And then we're going to bring those legs out a little bit. And you can hold onto your legs and help them out. Feeling that nice stretch. Flexing and extending the feet if you like. And then let's bend those knees and let's bring those feet together in a Baddha Konasana. So the small of your back is still, we're not lifting the butt up. We've still got our lumbar spine is still resting on the earth. Just bringing those feet together. We're going to bring the hands to the feet like Baddha Konasana, and seated we're in Supta Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly. And then gently bring, using your hands, bringing those feet in towards your body for some hip opening sensations. Staying on the feel so good edge. Engage those bandhas and let's breathe in this Supta Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly. And release the feet. And we're now in our happy baby. So we're going to kick around a little bit and just play around in happy baby. Rocking back and forth. Kicking the feet, just like the babies do when they finally find their feet. And they play around and move their feet in their body. And this is the way babies embody. They get to realize they're a pure conscious awareness, and they start to realize that their consciousness is animating through this body, and they find feet, and they start to recognize that they can move their feet and their legs, and they begin to embody their consciousness so that they can be more powerfully present in their body. So just having fun with it and playing around with your Ananda Balasana, happy baby. Doing what feels good for you. And then releasing the legs. And we're going to extend them out. And we're going to go into a fish pose. So the hands are beside the body, palms down. And we're going to bring the hands underneath the buttocks, palms down, facing the earth. Bringing those arms snug up towards the body. Just snuggle those elbows and those arms up towards the body. And you're going to press into your elbows, and you're going to lift the chest, lifting the chest up and allowing the head to drop. And then gently lowering yourself so the crown of the head is gently resting on the earth. Chest is open. This is your upper thoracic back bend. Heart is open, noticing sensations, engaging those bandhas, and breathe. And on your next inhale, you're going to lift that chest up, straighten out the head and the back, and gently come back onto your back, releasing those hands from under the buttocks. Beautiful job. We're going to do one more pose, one more posture, and then we're going to move into some releases and our savasana. So let's see if I can go one more. So we're going to do a supine knee down twist. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring that right knee up, foot on the floor, right foot on the floor, and we're going to come up on, like we're going to be turning over to our left side just an inch or two, just to keep the spine neutral as we twist. And then we're going to take the right knee, bring the left hand onto the right knee, and begin to bring that over to the side. So the right knee is coming over to the left. And then we're going to take the right arm and we're going to bring it 90 degrees over, out to the side. I got my drum in my way a little here. And then turn the head to gaze out over those right fingertips. Feeling a nice twist in the cervical spine, the thoracic, and the lumbar. Engaging those bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And then releasing that knee, coming back to center so you're flat on your back. We're going to switch legs. So the left knee is up, left foot is on the mat, right leg is extended out. I'm going to come a little inch onto that right side. Bringing the left knee over to the right hand on the left knee to guide it over. Find your perfect edge. Extending the left arm out 90 degrees and twisting the head to gaze out over the left fingertips. And let's engage those bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And releasing the knee. Coming back to center. And let's bring both knees up. Both feet are flat on the floor. Laying flat on your back. Coming back to center. And we're going to move into some releases. So we like to do some releases at the end of the practice to allow the body to release and relax any last little bits of tension in the lower back and the hips. So when we go into our savasana, we're really comfortable and relaxed. Our first release is called hula. And we're going to be swiveling these hips. So I'm going to put my hands on my hip bones here so you can see. I'm going to be swiveling them. So I'm going to be dropping the left hip down to the left heel. The right hip is coming up towards my right. My right hip is going down towards my right heel. Left hip is coming up towards my left armpit. And then I'm going to swivel and switch. So right hip is going to go down towards the right heel. Left hip is coming up towards the left hip. Switching it. We're just going to continue to swivel those hips. Opposite hip is coming up as the other one is going down. That gives a great release in that lumbar spine. So continuing to feel those hips swivel. The back, the lumbar, the buttocks are all flat on the earth. Nothing lifts up off the earth as we move into this swivel. Nice, slow, repetitive movements. Noticing the sensation in the body. Keeping the breath flowing. Fully present to the self. As one hip points down, drops down towards the heel, the opposite comes up towards the opposite armpit. Swiveling those hips. You're going to feel the sensation in your lumbar spine. And then coming back to center. We're going to move into hip pointers. So on this one hip and one butt cheek is going to be rooted into the earth. So let's take that right butt cheek and root it into the earth. The left butt cheek and hip is going to point up. So it's going to lift up off the earth and point up towards the sky diagonally. And then we're going to rest that left hip down, root that left hip and that left buttocks into the earth as you lift and point the right hip up towards the sky. And the right buttocks is going to lift up just a little. You're going to feel a little twist in the lumbar spine here. So continuing at your own pace, nice slow repetitive movements. Keeping that breath flowing in the belly. Keeping the bandhas engaged as best as possible as you flow. Pointing one hip at a time up towards the sky. And finishing up this last hip pointer, releasing and relaxing down. We're going to move into some cat-cow, some flexion and extension of the spine in our supine position. So let's start with our cat. We're going to tuck the tailbone under and press that lumbar spine, that lower, the small of your back into the earth, into your mat. And that is our flexion. And we'll move into extension, into our cow, as we raise and extend and arch that lumbar spine off the mat. Your back may still be on the mat, but you're going to be arching the spine off. Tailbone is sticking out now. Extension of the spine. And moving back and forth. And cat-cow, flexion and extension. At your own pace. Fully present to the sensation, your inner energies. And knowing that this focused attention on the body sensations is helping to increase your sacred embodiment. More and more embodied and present in the body. Then coming back to neutral. Then we're going to keep the knees up. We're just going to walk the feet further and further apart from each other. And the feet come out to the wide edges of your mat, the earth. And then we're going to move into single knee drops. We're going to drop one knee down in towards the center. Noticing sensation. And always staying in that feel so good zone. dropping one knee at a time in towards the center. And one more, and this last one, coming back to center, walking those feet back together, hip width apart. We're going to go into double knee drops. So let's drop both knees over to one side. There's two ways you can do this. You can either bring the knees together, back and forth from side to side. Releasing and relaxing that lower back. Or you can take that top knee up and allow it to come over to one side and allow the bottom to follow and become the top knee. Taking the top knee up, moving it over to the other side and allowing the other one to follow. And you can mix it up, or you may like one better than the other. Fully present in your body, enjoying the sensations, deeply connected to the self, keeping that prana and breath flowing. And then coming back to center again. Let's bring those knees into the chest. Rocking around a little bit. We final release and relax the lower back. And then extending those legs out and moving into your Savasana position. And I like to take the legs a little wide and let those feet just flop out. Bring the arms a little wide from the body out. Extend it out and open the palms. So you're open in a receptive position. Making anything you need to do, whether you need maybe a little cushion under your head, or if you have an eye pillow or a blanket or something under your knees, whatever you may need to support yourself for a short Savasana practice as we integrate all the energies into our being. Deeply integrate. Allowing all the muscles to release the tension and all holding of tension in our body. Feeling the body become heavier and sinking in towards the earth. Keeping the breath flowing in the belly naturally, knowing it will just arise and fall automatically. Feeling all the systems relax, the skeletal system, feeling the bones become heavier and sinking deeper towards the earth. All those muscles, the heart, respiratory system, the endocrine system. Feeling the brain relax and the nervous system relax. Feeling peace and relaxation immerse the entire body as you allow the earth to hold you and cradle you as we enter into silence. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly as you begin to come back. Some nice deep breaths into the belly. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Stretch out the arms and the legs. And when you're ready, rolling over to one side or the other. Doing it mindfully as you notice the fluids shifting, the organs shifting, the energy shifting. Taking a nice deep breath here, being with yourself, basking in your own nectar, your own aliveness. And then gently bringing yourself up to a seated position. And taking a moment now to check back in, scanning the inner being, the body, noticing even any differences you may feel. And coming back to that intention that you set at the beginning of practice. And bringing your awareness back to that, feeling the joy of having that intention now. close the practice with a namaste. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of light, of truth, and of peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for Ecstatic Yin Yoga. You can go to EcstaticYoga.Studio to check out more information on our yoga teacher trainings and retreats. And wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day.